Tattooing, it's blood, it's pain, it's permanence. You can't just call it in.
Hey guys, welcome to the show today, to the East-West podcast featuring me, Horisumi. Today I'm going to have more of a philosophical talk about the nature of tattoos and what I think, my grand vision of what I think tattoos are and what they mean. It'll be a bit two-part. It's a developing thought I'm having, about how, I understand when people go to places like Thailand and Bali because they want to save money and get a cheap tattoo. You can't fault them for that. I can't fault you for that. I get it, right? Everyone works for their money and they want to save and they think that they're getting a good deal by doing that, right? And there's some great tattoos going on there, man. This isn't an indictment anywhere or any artist in particular or any culture that does tattoos. There's some great tattoos being done in Bali, some great tattoos being done in Thailand, great tattoos being done in China, Vietnam, Cambodia. I just think it's the mentality I used to have when I was young as well. So again, I get it, right? You're trying to get ahead, you're trying to save a little bit. But what I realized is that money that you save now, you eventually pay for later, right? If you buy, a knockoff of a good product, like a cheaper product or something, eventually you're gonna have to replace it sooner than if you just would have spent the money on getting the proper one. And I can't tell you how many tattoos come in the shop from Bali and Thailand that we get asked to fix, right? People that get sleeves and it's faded so fast. Can you fix it up? And again, I think the problem isn't the artists. I think it's the business model that they're operating under. Is that people go to Thailand and Bali. I'm just using these as examples because I'm in Australia. Those are the two places that people go that are close for tattoos. Like in Thailand, you can't walk more than 3 feet without tripping over a tattoo shop. And I'm assuming Bali is the same way these days. I think as people go there, they want to get the sleeve in a day or 2 days. They want to get the 2-day back piece. And they want to get, the week-long bodysuit, the black and gray bodysuits that you see everywhere. And I get it. People want to get coverage, but I've got a bodysuit. I wanted to get it done, as expediently as possible. A, because, it hurts getting tattooed, and B, just kind of want to have it. But, I had to make myself calm down and do it the right way and slow down. And I'm older though, right? So I've learned all these lessons, and I've seen a lot of people make these mistakes. So that's why I'm trying to make this video to give a bit of perspective from the other side, right? Is, if I was in a place where I had a limited tourist season and all these people flocked to my tattoo shop for 3 months of the year and have handfuls of money and they want to get big tattoos and they want to get them now and they want to get them all done at once. That's what you would do. You would do that, right? And you would throw out, a couple of factors in doing that. You'd throw out the longevity factor, the perfection factor. You might not take your time doing things that need time taken. All right. And so you see a lot of these works come back from overseas that aren't aging great. They're very beautiful artwork, some of them. There's some really talented people over there. And I think because I've got Thai guys working here that are fantastic, given the space and the time, right, they can do great work. But when you've got, people coming in going, I want a sleeve, I want it today, and I want to do it in 1 day or 2 days, here's $1,000, right? They're gonna be like, yeah, fuck, okay. These aren't, these are poorer countries, right? So you can understand from the artist's point of view, and I get the younger people trying to save money point of view, right? I look at tattooing now, and again, I'm not coming at this from any high horse. When I was young, I had tons of shit tattoos, which I've lasered all off since, right? So I understand the trying to get tattoos on the cheap and easy and fast mentality, right? But I'm saying it's a fool's errand to do that, right? It's a fool's errand because, to start with, you're gonna have to fix it or cover it up or something to it, right? Because if you get it fast and quick and cheap, it's not going to be good. There's just no way around that. Even the guys in Bali that are good, you know, you got to wait, you got to pay, right? And even then, you know, you've got no touch-ups, you know, for free. It's not easy to go get it fixed. If you want to get something added to have a cohesive bodysuit, it's not really convenient, you know. But look, this isn't an upsell for like, hey, don't get tattooed in Bali or Thailand. I'm just giving you some perspective on quick, fast tattooing, because I'm developing this idea in my mind, you know, about how I want to see tattoos and I don't know, for lack of a better word, my theory of tattooing and my aesthetic and my ethos. You know, I think tattooing is special. And, you know, about probably 15 years ago, in my first year to my 15th year, I've been tattooing 30 years. So in the first 15 years, I was trying to do tattoos as quick as possible, right? Get them in, get them out, right? You know, and I was doing big work, and it was good, you know, for the time, but it could have been better. And, you know, there's a lot of pressure when you're a tattoo, right? If you're charging by the hour, you've got that in your head all the time. I'm charging by the hour. I can't fuck around. I got to get this done. The client's going to be unhappy, you know? So you've got that in your head, right? And then you're trying to get the job done. And then a lot of tattooers have this idea, and I did too, of, you know, quicker's better, right? I'm a fast tattooer. I'm fast. I get it in there, right? There's a lot of guys still like that. I got guys that I got to keep telling them, fucking slow down, man. Take your time. Client doesn't give a fuck if it took 2 hours or 3 hours if the tattoo looks fucking awesome. Make it look awesome. That's what matters, right? And so about 15 years ago, I slowed down. I just went, fuck it. I'm slowing the fuck down. And I just took my time and I just did everything right, you know? And that's where my work really, I think, got better. It accelerated in the look of it and the quality of it and the longevity of it. Because really it's longevity, right? When I was talking to Ami James when he was here, we talked a lot about this. We had a lot of philosophical tattoo talks over whiskeys. And longevity for him was a big thing, and it always has been for me as well, seeing how tattoos age and being the benefit of tattooing for 30 years. You know, I get works that come in here that are 5, 10 years old, 15 years old. I've been tattooing in Sydney for 20 years. So I get to see my work, and you get that feedback, right? And you see what works, what doesn't work, and you realize, you know, longevity is fucking important, man. Like, if you're doing a style of tattooing and all your work is coming back 3 years later and it looks like shit, fuck, man, that's disheartening as an artist. And, you know, as a business person, it's a terrible business model, right? It's terrible for the client. I mean, fuck, dude. How disappointed would you be? You went to the new niche artist, you got the niche style, the trendy thing, and your tattoo just looks like shit, right? And so you got to laser it. You know, a lot of the small stuff, you can't fix it. It's a micro lettering and micro fucking fine line shit. You're not going to fix it. It just needs to cover it, right? Cover it or laser it off. So, it's, you know, that would be disappointing as an artist or a client. I think tattoos are special, right? And I think it's one of these things that I tell people all the time. You know, you're gonna spend $300-400 on a pair of shoes, or $700-800 if they're fucking Yeezys. You're gonna spend all this money on like a fucking new phone. It's $2.5 grand for the good model. You know, people spend all this money on material stuff, right? And yet when it comes to their body, tattoos, something permanent, a large percent of the population, cheap and fast, right? These are people that wouldn't use a Huawei phone. They wouldn't wear shoes from Target. You know, they're not gonna buy cheap fucking anything, right? They want quality, they want the brand, they want this. Yet people are so quick to cover their skin with, you know, cheap and fast, right? Cheap and fast and now, you know? And it's weird. I'm trying to really change that mindset in a lot of people. You know, like with Tabori, I have no choice, right? I go slow, I go one speed, and that's the speed that it has to get done. Because with Tabori, I mean, with a machine, you can rush a little bit if you need to. With Tabori, you can. If you try to rush, it just looks like shit, right? So there's one speed. And that's helped me slow down. And also, you know, it's a constant battle. Like I said, the battle in your head between customer, hourly rate, doing the job right. You know, it's this constant thing where you want to give people value for money and quality, and you have to stay true to what you want to do. So, you know, I have this conversation with the guys who work for me all the time. You know, it's about finding that balance of making a great tattoo that's going to last, charging what's fair, and the client feeling that they got charged fairly. You know, it's hard to explain to someone who makes, you know, $800 a week why their 2-hour tattoo costs half their salary, right? But, you know, or more, right? So this is this whole thing I'm trying to work on, is how to convey how important tattooing is. I mean, yeah, you can get shit lasered off and you can get shit covered, but fuck, man, it hurts, it's expensive, it's unnecessary if you get your tattoo done right the first time. So I'm just trying to figure out how to build this idea of how important your skin is as a non-renewable resource, right? Especially if you get big tattoos. I mean, you're not getting rid of them, you're not covering them easily, as I keep repeating, right? You know, and so I think if you build a reputation as an artist who puts in the effort and does things properly and charges a fair price, you know, this is what's gonna attract people to you. You know, because reputation really is everything, right? If you get a bad reputation for something, it sticks to you, right? It's hard to get rid of, right? And we all, you know, just thousands of tattooers I've never met, and hundreds that I've heard rumors about who I've never met. And, you know, it might not be true, but these are little things that are out there, and there's plenty around about me, right? Reputation is such an important thing. But for me, for my work, you know, I've always tried to keep my reputation that I charge a fair price and I do the right thing by the client, you know? And I want my tattoos to last the test of time, right? So that's why it's important. If you want to get something, you know, big, I would say, you know, find that artist with a good reputation. And if you don't have the money, if you want to get it cheap and fast, just do bigger gaps between sessions. You're not going to get it cheap, right? I mean, if you go to Thailand or Bali, you still got to pay for the flight and the hotel and all that. And look, these black and gray sleeves, or these, you know, subpar Japanese sleeves that are being done very quickly, you know, you're not going to be happy, right? By all means, go to Bali and stay there for a month and get your tattoo done properly. All the power to you, all the power to those artists. There's some great artists over there. But getting this shit done fast is where the problem is, right? There's a physical equation to tattooing, right? Time, ink, right? You need time to put ink in, all right? If you try to paint a house with a roller very quickly, you're gonna get a very thin coat. You need to take the time to get the paint on the house. It's the same with tattooing. If you try to rush a sleeve, make the lines really fast, and make everything super fast, right? It's just not gonna hold up. It'll look good for the picture, it'll look good for the flight home, it'll look good for about 2 weeks after you get home, and then it just looks dull as fuck, right? And it's a drag, because apart from paying someone here full price to redo the whole thing, you know, there's not a lot you can do unless you want to go back to Thailand. I don't know what their touch-up policies are in Thailand or Bali either, right? I have no idea. So just take that into consideration. Tattooing is important. Your skin is important. If you're an artist, your client's skin is important. Build a reputation as someone who does the right thing by the client every single time. Small tattoo, medium tattoo, big tattoo. It fucking matters to them, right? It matters to you. You know, and this is the kind of ethos I'm trying to push, right? Is that tattooing is fucking important, you know? And so with that, I will leave you. If you have any comments or questions, you know, about this, like I said, this is all a developing thing in my head. This is a philosophy I'm trying to work on and trying to push forward, you know, and trying to elevate tattooing, the mentality of tattooing, you know, the idea behind it, make it something special, not a fashion trend, not something you just whip out and bang out, but something actually important that you can care about and that you can believe in, if you will. All right. So thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you on the other side.